Hello, and welcome to, well, I'm going to call it the second episode of my Haas driver career mode on F1-23. This is going to be the first episode of hopefully many in this driver career mode, getting out for qualifying in Bahrain. We're hoping to get a good result in quality, hopefully trying to get a good result in the race, maybe try and get some points. But first off, our DRS has completely broken and we've only been out on track for literally like 10 seconds. Fun, I guess. So yeah, our DRS is already broken. Did practice once. I wanted to see how the cars felt. This is literally the third time I'm actually driving the car in anger, and well, it didn't feel good. The car felt really heavy, really understeery, and to be honest, I'm really not looking forward to these quali laps, but hey, can't do anything about that now. Let's get into those laps. Okay guys, so still starting this lap. Our DRS is still disabled, it's still broken. We are not going to have full pace on this lap. First ever quali lap I've done on this game in a car that I'm not feeling that confident with. I am not looking forward to this. We get pretty well through turns 1 and 2, maybe a little bit wide in turn 1, but now going into the right-hander of turn 3, pretty decent through there. Probably could have run a little bit more wide, carried a bit more speed, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty decent for our first lap. A little bit wide there. As I said, the car felt really heavy. Need to get some weight reduction upgrades on the board to really max out the potential of this car, because it is a really heavy car. I think our chassis is the worst by like a full grid to the rest of it, but we have the best engine, so yeah, they kind of balance each other out and put us in a nice kind of midfield place. And our aero's not that bad either, we're about in the middle, so it all kind of evens itself out. But we do need to get the chassis, just because the handling of the car doesn't feel that nice. But now coming towards sector 2 now, Logan Sargent, first one to complete a lap, so obviously he's going to go fastest. Sets, I believe that's 1:33.4. We're now charging down the, I don't know what to call this, it's not the back straight, it's just a random straight that they have, because the back straight's technically the DRS zone at the back, but it's the secondary back straight. As now down the main, still no DRS, he's at 1:34 dead. 1 second off Nick De Vries, but obviously we had no DRS. It's now fixed itself for our final lap in Q1. We're going to have DRS, we're going to have new tyres. Let's see what we can do. I'm hoping the DRS is going to be able to bring us up a little bit. I'm not expecting much. So on the R&D chart right now, we are second worst. It is literally like everyone's on the same bit. So we should be maybe able to challenge for Q2 as we go completely wide through turn 1. Pick up so many tire marbles on our tyres. DRS active now. We're only 2 tenths up. I expect at least maybe 4 tenths from here, especially with the DRS. We go into turn 10 now, 3.5 tenths up. Can we make up a little bit more? Still got more stuff on our tyres. I'm feeling it really difficult because you have to stick on the racing line. Now, where the AI are driving, that's not necessarily the fastest line, but now it is, because otherwise you get all tyre marbles and you completely lose tyre performance. 6 tenths up now, we're looking at 1:33.4. Can we maybe try and make up a second? We're a second off Nick De Vries. Right now, we're maybe challenging for P19 with Sargent, but he's going to improve as well. He's at 1:33.4 to start off with. We're going to be able to come home right now to be saying around a 1:33.2. We've improved by a second, running a little bit wide, is going to lose us some time as we come across the line to set a 1:33.1, and that is going to leave us in P20 for the race. We have had an absolute stinker of qualifying. Our teammate is P15, but as you're going to see now, or P16 rather, he has a 5-place grid penalty It's going to be an all-Haas right row, so let's get into this.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. We go racing today around the 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Perez, Russell, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Gasly, Ocon, Bottas, Joe, Stroll, Tsunoda, Albon, Oscar Piastri, Sargent, De Vries, the engineer, and Nico Hulkenberg rounds off the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as once again we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice, and they've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Okay guys, so as we get away on this formation lap, most of the grid is starting on mediums. I think there's 2 soft runner and 1 hard runner a little bit further up the field, although I am not entirely sure. That's what my strategist has told me or whatever he's done. But yeah, trying to get the tyre temps up now, because you have to get them a lot higher in this game because the tyres have different working windows. Last game was about 85, now it's about 95 to 100 for the proper working windows on the tyres. They do heat up a bit more, but as you can see, almost 80 on the back. They're still completely frozen, and by the time we get round to the grid, we've got about 102 rear tyre temp and 94 on the front. We probably would have ideally had a bit more than that, but hey, we can't change that now. Do a little burnout to the grid as we're forming up for the first race of the season. P19, our teammate P20 behind us. What can we do as we go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights for the first race of the season, and we go green in Bahrain. Pretty decent start for us. We do get a little bit of a side tank flapper on, but we managed to keep it straight. Nick De Vries up ahead. Can we shuttle past him? Yes, we can. Get completely stuck on the curb, and we grind the curb all the way up into P14. Now down the straight down into turn 3. Can we get any moves? Try and get us a little bit closer. We break at the 100-meter board. The AI is slow. They're holding each other up. Can we get side by side with Zhou Guanyu? Side by side with the Alfa Romeo driver. Can we get ahead? He has a little bit of advantage there. We get more traction on the outside, and we're ahead of the Alfa Romeo. We then go for an audacious dive bomb down the inside of Lance Stroll. Managed to keep it on track, not hit him. No contact there. We're up into P12 off the race start, as now you can see Zhou Guanyu and Alex Albon fighting behind. But one thing that we are going to be able to fight is Lance Stroll. He's now in the slipstream behind us. He pulls out to our right hand side, but side by side with him into the braking zone. He jumps across the curb. We tire bang, sidewall to sidewall. No damage for either of us though, as we are up into still P12. Little bit of a gap ahead of us, so we're going to have to try and close up in the next few laps. And a little bit while we're driving down here, I did notice on the grid, all 4 rookies qualified in the last 4 places. The only reason we started ahead was because of Hulkenberg's penalty, but all 4 rookies were right next to each other on the grid, which I thought was quite cool. But now on to lap 2, we've lost Gasly ahead, and we are now fighting with the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll behind us. He's going to try and make a move. He's got better straight line speed. We deploy some ERS, try and stay with him. he breaks so early into the corner. We're very lucky not to break our wing there. Max Verstappen sets the fastest lap as that completely compromised us onto the straight. We're now under attack from Alex Albon. We've got a pretty similar car here. It's basically whoever's deploying ERS goes faster between us. We brake late. He brakes even later. We're going to try and maybe go around the outside. Maybe try and switch back, but it's not going to work. Turn 1 doesn't really work for the switchback. A little bit too closed in, and we're back down to P14. I think the only car that's worse to us is the Williams. So, yeah, we should be able to keep up with Alex Albon here. Lance Stroll should, and I've put the key emphasis on should, clear off into the distance. But Alex Albon still not quite able to keep up with him at this point, as there is a yellow flag ahead. Let's see what's that for. And it's for Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso has not had the start to the season that he had in real life with his podium. He's going to end the first race by being the first person to DNF in the 2023 season. Puts us back up into P13. But that is a shocking start for Aston Martin. One driver not in the points and one driver retired from a pretty decent points position. I don't think he's anywhere near the top 5, but he was still pretty good. Aston Martin not really producing the performances. Oh, so we have a massive snap, and that's needed because the safety car gets deployed. We get a 5-second penalty, and we got a red flag. Our first race, and we get our first red flag of the game. Oh, I was too focused on Fernando Alonso there. The red flags have come out after we had a little bit of a moment in front of Nick De Vries, I believe that was, and he rammed into the back of us. Maybe a bit of our fault. We definitely deserve that 5-second penalty, as we now have a red flag as the session is suspended. And yeah. Okay, our strategy is saying a soft. I don't want to do that. I want to go for the soft hard, maybe, because I think the softs are going to wear out at the end. You can see low tire wear is 68%. That's not low tire wear, that's puncture region. And our car is, as I've seen in the first stint, not that good on tire wear. Our tires are dropping off pretty quickly. But yeah, we're gonna start on the softs from the restart, and then we're gonna go on to the hards later on, as we got a fuel load warning to say we can't change anything, as we're going back for the second time today to 5 red lights as we go green again in Bahrain. Better start for us this time. We're on the softs this time. No formation lap after a red flag, so we are straight into the action. Don't know what our tyre temps are. It's all AI done, and we're up into P10 off the restart, fighting with Alex Albon in the Williams. Can we make up some more places off the start? Up into P10, but we still want that 5-second penalty. We got to remember about the penalty. Braking, trying to go up the inside of that's Esteban Ocon, rather, as we get the move done on the Frenchman. Now, up ahead of us is Valtteri Bottas. We completely get it crossed up on the curve, completely round the corners there, and that wasn't our best ever qualifying. I believe Valtteri Bottas went into the back of Lando Norris there, as we just got to keep going now, try and get up some more places. We're in the top 10, we're in the points, we do have a 5-second penalty. Got to try and make up that gap that we're going to lose in our pit stops. We are going to have to make another stop from that first incident that brought out the red flag, as we are kind of losing touch with Valtteri Bottas and Lando Norris ahead. As I said before, the Haas not that good at the moment, but we are going to be bringing some upgrades, some major upgrades for Baku in the future. Well, I know we have those in the pipeline. As now we brake really late, maybe run a little bit wide, a little bit too deep there, but we are catching up to Valtteri Bottas ahead of us. But Alex Albon is now in our slipstream. He's probably deploying ERS. He's going to go round the outside of us into turn 1. We're going to brake late. Similar move that he did on us at the start, apart from he was attacking, but we're defending this time. It actually brings us closer to Valtteri Bottas and Lando Norris ahead, fighting with Albon there. And we got to see, as now on lap 15, literally nothing happened. I could probably describe to you every detail of the Alfa Romeo rear wing, because we've been following it for that long, as we have a little bit of a moment going through the end of Sector 2 there. A little bit closer to Bottas. Still, this 5-second penalty is really hanging over our head. That is going to be the main problem that we are going to have in this race. As Bottas kind of clears away from us, we kind of make it back in the braking zone. Braking is one of the things I find the AI really aren't that good at in this game. They're pretty good at everything else, but braking just isn't their forte, so to say. And to be honest, I know I like the off-board cams, but I really like this camera on this game. It really showcases a new wheel design. It looks really good. But that's not what you want to hear about right now. You want to hear about the racing, as we are following Valtteri Bottas, as we've been doing for pretty much the last 8 laps round the corner. We can't get close to him on the straights with DRS, and we can kind of match him through the corners. So we're pretty much staying at the same point. We have a massive snap coming out of the final corner, and that is definitely going to tell us that it is time to come into the pits. We have a massive slide into the pits, almost bin it into the wall on pit lane, as we now get to serve our 5-second penalty in the pit lane. As, yeah, not the best. As you can see, even in the pit lane, you're getting tyre marbles on the car. We put another set of softs. I decided to go for the softs for the last 12 laps. So I felt like that's what everyone else was going to go on. And I felt like I kind of had to match what other people were on. You can see Esteban Ocon coming out of the pit lane ahead of us. Nick De Vries out ahead of us in the AlphaTauri thanks to our 5-second penalty. And he's undercut us a bit. Or has he just not pitted yet? I don't think he's pitted yet. I'll change myself. I don't think he's pitted yet. But we have got to close in to the cars ahead. We've got to build up or regain those 5 seconds that we've lost in pit lane. As, yeah, these new tyres, they feel a lot better and not sliding around as much as, yes, I was right. Nick De Vries now peels into the pit lane. Our teammate is in the pits. Will we stay ahead of him? Yes, we will. Kind of showing up Nico Hulkenberg, the fact that he's being beaten by a rookie, as the cars are fighting ahead, and Lance Stroll really not having the best of starts for his Aston Martin season. 4th best car, and he's fighting for P13 and P14 with Oscar Piastri. There's yellow flags ahead. What's happened here? And Esteban Ocon is rammed. We have to go off the track, and there's another red flag. The second red flag in the first race of the season. Oh my god, we have got so many red flags. Although, that has eliminated our 5-second penalty and brought us all back together. We're going to put our 3rd set of softs on for this race. We're doing a free stop in this race. And we've only actually come into the pits once. We've changed tyres 3 times. That's kind of mad, though. But yeah, we're going to be on softs all the way to the end of the race. And as for the 3rd time today, we're going to 5 red lights as we go green again in Bahrain. Lance Stroll on the medium tyres. I think he was one of the ones who started on softs. So he's already used up his allocation of softs, and he has to change tyres. We go up the inside. We're making it 3 wide. We have a little bit of contact with Valtteri Bottas. The AI just tripping over each other as we get pushed wide a bit by Bottas with 3 wide here. Can we get past Gasly? No, we can't. There's not a gap for us to go in. As we're going to try and do a similar move that we did to Zhou on lap 1. Get round the outside. Oh my god, they are really tripping over each other here. As we're up into P7 in this race. And I believe, if my eyes do not deceive me, ahead of Leclerc, that is the Williams of Logan Sargent in P4. How is he ended up there? I really don't understand how he's ended up in P4, but not now. He's the only car that's below us on the performance chart, so we gotta try and overtake him. Back to this view. I don't know why, but have you ever played the Roblox Formula 1 like game on there? I think it's called like Apex or something. Apex Formula 1, but this car reminds me so much of that game. It just how the graphics look. I don't know why. I don't know if anyone agrees with me, but in my opinion, it does. But back to actual racing. Charles Leclerc needs to get past Logan Sargent ahead of him. It looks like he's going to try and maybe shape for a move down the inside, but Russell is coming right past us. Goggy Russell cuts us off. He's so slow at the exit, we crash into the back of him. AI not good at that final turn when they're battling. We've hit 2 of them in the rear end, but we're going to try and come back at George Russell. He just has more straight line speed. We use so much ERS, we brake a little bit early, don't want to go inside of him, as his teammate Lewis Hamilton tries to dive on us. We're side by side through turn 2, up the run to turn 3. We've completely lost George Russell now. He's over a second ahead of us. Lewis Hamilton, he'll have the slipstream, he'll have the faster car, he'll probably have ERS, but he's not going to go for the move. We turn in way too early, jump over the curb, and Hamilton, that invites Hamilton to try and attack us once again. We run wide here again. We really got to sort that out there as we jump over the curb, really unsettle the car, as right now we are not in a good place with our racing at the moment. Hamilton right behind us, Bottas behind him. Hamilton on the hards. His tyres are definitely going to last to the end. We're not sure about ours. I think they'll drop off. They'll fall off a cliff nearer to the end of the race. We've got to just keep it straight. Keep us going. Try and hold as many cars behind us. Maybe try and score points on our debut. We would have been heavily helped by the red flags. But if we can score points, that would be probably just completely what we wanted in this race, as we got to defend from the Mercedes and Hamilton. Maybe not try and put up too much of a fight, but put up a bit of a fight so it's not easy for Valtteri Bottas to go past us. He just sails past us into turn 1. We try and get the switch back. We got the better run out of the corner. We're going to be side by side going down. ERS deployed. He's deploying his ERS. You can see he has so much more straight line speed than us. We hop into the slipstream, pull ourselves back, take the outside line, we brake as late as we can, try and maybe get the switch back on Hamilton, get the better acceleration out the corner. I'm going to have DRS now to try and get past the Silver Arrow, but we are not going to be successful. He's just too fast in a straight line. That Mercedes is too fast at the start of the scene, but you can see up ahead Sargent and Russell are fighting. We have closed up a bit to them. We might still be able to get Logan Sargent in this race. We can stop fighting. They're still side by side. We can see them up ahead. George Russell ahead of Logan Sargent. Hamilton's joined their battles. Well, we're technically in that battle. Valtteri Bottas here, Gasly are in that battle as well. This is a whole massive train from P5 up to about P12 in this race. Can we hold on? Lap 22. Bottas behind us. Hamilton gets the better exit out of the corner. Can he maybe shake for a move on Logan Sargent? But Sargent has DRS as well from Russell. Hamilton needs Russell to try and clear off into the distance now. Lap 23. Sargent is up ahead of us. He's being overtaken by both of the Silver Arrows. Can we maybe make a move into turn 2? Maybe turn 3 with the run down with DRS. Can we shake for the move? No, he just gets too much of a better exit. We're really harsh on our tyres. The Williams seems quite kind on its tyres, as that is just helping him so much. We have the better straight line speed though, as we actually get that turn right for once. We don't amazingly drift wide for miles there, as we got to try and get Sargent. He's definitely holding us up at this point. DRS, we should be able to get past him. You can see the floodlights are now on around Bahrain. It starts under the light and then it finishes under the light in the F1 game, as we're still in P8. 6 laps to go, 6.5 laps to go, as we're still on lap 23. Run a little bit wide there, but it's not going to harm our performance too much, as we've now just got to close into Sargent, maybe deploy some ERS down this final straight before we get to the main straight. Try and get us in the best position possible. He's no longer getting DRS of Hamilton, but you can see the straight line. His speed is not our friend today, but we are now going to have DRS. We close in on the brakes, get the concertina effect from the braking and accelerating, but we do gain ERS deployed a bit there. DRS activated. We're going to go for the move on Logan Sargent, as we get MFD pops up and our gearbox is completely yellow. It's not red though, so I don't think that's a complete failure. Oh no, it is. We've retired. I was completely not expecting that. So our gearbox fails. We have to pull off to the side of the track. That definitely didn't go red, which definitely I don't know what happened there, but our gearbox, yeah, we got a mechanical failure, but our gearbox just completely went there. It definitely didn't go red, which is what you normally expect from a mechanical failure, but it was dark yellow. As, well, not the best start that we could have. We were on for points there. I think we definitely could have got points in Bahrain. We could have scored points on our debut as a rookie. But no, the game has other ideas. Red Bull win. I believe it is Max Verstappen that comes home to take the win. I'm pretty sure Sergio Perez came third with the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. Or is that Charles Leclerc? I think that's Charles. Oh no, it was a Red Bull 1-2. I probably could have guessed that without even looking at the standings there. Well, not standings, but the end as we come to the podium. Now, Max Verstappen takes the first win of the season in Bahrain, completely on par to what he was in real life. But in real life, Fernando Alonso was third. He is replaced by Charles Leclerc in third in our alternate F1 universe here, as Red Bull once again looked like the dominant force in Formula 1 from this Grand Prix. But hoping that maybe some other teams can try and challenge them. The gaps in the F1 game really aren't as big as they are in real life in performance. So I'm hoping that for maybe Ferrari, Mercedes and Aston Martin, or maybe even ourselves, can catch up to them in the long run. But for now, I hope you guys have enjoyed the first race of my Haas driver career mode. If you have, please like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Maybe a little bit ambitious now because I didn't post for a while. But I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time for my favorite track on the F1 games, Saudi Arabia, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.